Now we will talk about the transrectal evaluation of the prostate using ultrasound. It is very important that before you do a transrectal ultrasound, the patient is asked to void urine so that it is less painful, and a better evaluation of the post void residue can be done. For this, we need to prepare the probe like we do for a routine transvaginal examination. We use the transvaginal probe for this, which is first cleaned with sterilium. Followed by that, we use a little bit of ultrasound jelly at the tip. Then we cover the probe with a probe cover, and followed by that we use copious amount of lignocaine gel at the tip. The patient is taken in the left lateral position and the probe is gently inserted into the anus. We should see to it that the probe is not inserted too much. The ideal position for the probe would be at the level of the anorectal junction. We should not insert it right into the rectum. In that case, it will be very painful for the patient, and if the patient is wincing with pain, we should see to it that we gently remove it out. Once that is done and we can see the prostate, to evaluate the prostate, I normally invert the screen so that I can get a good evaluation of the prostate in that way. So what we do is, once that is done, then we angulate the probe towards the floor and to evaluate the left peripheral zone and the prostatic capsule. We look for any breach in the prostatic capsule or any indentation at the level of the prostatic capsule. Just lateral to the prostatic capsule lies the left neurovascular bundle. The neurovascular bundle needs to be evaluated. We need to switch on the color box and see for evaluation of the left neurovascular bundle. If we see any hypoechoic lesion in the left peripheral zone, it must be measured. Color Doppler examination is done to see whether what is the vascularity of that lesion. Once that is done, then we move the probe towards the ceiling and to evaluate the right peripheral zone. The right peripheral zone is evaluated exactly in the same way that we did for the left peripheral zone. After the evaluation of both the peripheral zones, the next area we need to evaluate is the median lobe. For this, the probe is kept in the center and it is slightly withdrawn from the anus. The entire median lobe is evaluated along with the part of the prostatic urethra which is seen along the midline, and we also see a part of the median lobe which is projecting into the base of the bladder, which is a part of the benign prostatic hypertrophy. Once this is done, then we want to evaluate the seminal vesicles and ejaculatory duct. The method to do this is that keeping the probe in the midline, the probe is directed towards the head end of the patient till the time we see a hypoechoic mustache shaped structure along the midline, which is both the seminal vesicles. Once this is seen, we compare the sizes of the seminal vesicles on either side, and then we angulate the probe to the left, look at the left seminal vesicle in its entirety and see if there is any focal lesion there. And when we are doing this, we also try to evaluate the opening of the ejaculatory duct into the seminal vesicle. This is also a part of the routine evaluation for male infertility, where we often pick up areas of stenosis at the level of the ejaculatory duct coming into the seminal duct.